Hey guys, welcome to the 7th video in our series. And in the last video, we built out a nice percussion section just to sort of reinforce the engine, give it some life. And I want to continue putting some life into this engine and core framework of the track through the use of effects, basic effects. I don't want to do all of the effects in this video. We're going to focus on sort of the basic risers and sweeps. And the reason I like to start with these effects is because we can start building the track up with energy and steering the direction of the track with the addition of these effects. And I also want to take a minute to arrange the track a little bit and show you guys how when we have a core loop and a core engine, we can then take that engine and manipulate it, edit it, and arrange it in a way to create energy. Okay, next, I think we're going to add a sweep down. And we can add a sweep up. Quite like that one. Sometimes you just got to take a little bit of time to line these up properly. We can also add one of these short sweep ups, which is nice to kind of put in between here. Okay, so pretty cool. So we added just a little bit of effects here to reinforce the rhythm bed. And the last thing I want to touch on in this video is some level of basic automation. It is definitely worth automating some of the percussion section and automating the mid basses. And doing some of these automations can allow us to make an interesting intro. Okay, and so just automating the mid basses and chopping the loop up a little bit already created a nice intro. So here we're missing some type of snare build up, but we'll get into that in another video. Another thing we can do is automate the filter on the percussion loop. And here's what that might sound like. And we could even automate the hi-hats. So really anything's up for automation, and that's how we can make this loop a lot more interesting. It's going to be all about your automation and editing. And here's what it sounds like when we start automating everything together. And then here's when we put everything together. sort of my process is once I have a basic drum loop and mid bass section, to my ears, this sounds like a track that just has the main lead elements and top elements turned off. This sounds like, to my ears, this sounds like a nice, almost backing track or backing band that I could write a track from. And so as I'm playing back the track, I play it back a couple times and I hear sort of different things. I almost let the track develop itself. So as I'm playing it back, I could hear, hey, right here in this spot, I want to take the kick drum out and maybe add a snare drum fill here and really accent this build up before we drop into exposition and have the sub bass come in. In this spot, I removed the kick drum because I could feel like energy building up, and then I almost want to drop it here and maybe introduce some type of melody or some kind of theme. And so again, I'm almost letting the music write itself. This is one process, and I think part of this, guys, at the end of the day, have fun. This can be a lot of fun, playing around with the percussion loops, trying different gating patterns and filtering. And one of the big takeaways, guys, is that this section should stand on its own, right? If I solo this top half, it should sound pretty complete. Okay, and what I just did there was I noticed how, again, we built up and then we dropped at this first drop. And on this playthrough, I realized that the open hat was sort of adding too much energy too early. And so removing it, again, reinforces this idea that for this point, we have higher energy. And after this point, the energy has dropped. All right, guys. So thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know if you had any problems. In the next video, we're going to push the arrangement a little bit further, and we're also going to start adding some more elements, again, to create more of a bed that will be the background, the backing track for the rest of our production. All right, hey, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you on the next video.